I'm Luke Stanzik here for VenueEagles.com for this week's Student Athlete Spotlight. And with me today is senior track and field athlete Rob Miller. Rob, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So how have the first 2 weeks of the semester been? Have you gotten back into the swing of things? Any exams yet or anything like that?
Yeah, I've had a couple of quizzes, but just busy. It's good to get into the swing of things again, though. Definitely balance of the schoolwork and sports. It's just fun.
So you participate in the 200 and 400 meter. Those are your main events. So how does that get decided? Do you pick the events that you participate in, or does Coach K and the rest of the coaching staff kind of place you guys based on where they see you might be strong?
Well, it's obviously based on kind of where your strength is at. He's not going to put us in an event where you're not going to do well. So, for example, for me, he's not going to throw me in a 10K or long jump because I probably can't run a 10K and I can't jump. So, obviously, he's going to put you in your strength. But with that, he's willing to discuss, where you want to run that meet. Where, all right, I'm thinking this. What do you think about that? So, like for example, last week he had me running a 600, and he sort of gave me almost an option where. Where do you think your strength is? Mm-hmm. Is it on the endurance end where you can run a 600, or is it on the speed end where you can run a 300? And I opted for a 600. Mm-hmm. So, he does give you the option, with certain event areas.
To a degree.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
So, track and field, along with when I did a cross country play, I talked to them about this as well. Sport that's really kind of predicated on just repetition and really, for you, a lot of running. And I know a lot of athletes, you look at all the other sports, I don't really want to run. They kind of find it hard to stay motivated. So how do you, as a track runner, just stay motivated all the time?
Oh, I really don't even view it as repetition anymore, where it's just I've become so accustomed to running that it's just expected. And then with that in the training, it's not even monotonous anymore, where there's different workouts that you can do, where some days it's over distance training. So you're doing, for my event, it's a 400. So I'll be running 600s, 500s, stuff like that. And then other days we could be doing short distance training where you're working on like the short sprinting speed, all of that stuff. So with that, I really don't see it as ever getting kind of boring. There's always something that you can do to change it up to keep things interesting.
So the team just had a really strong meet up at Wisconsin Parkside on Saturday. How good is that going to be kind of for the team's confidence moving forward, getting closer to the conference meets?
I think that it's definitely helped our confidence. We had a lot of strong individual performances. As a team, we have to get better. I mean, that's just the message. Every single meet we have to build, we have to get better. Really, I think Billy Sipik has been doing just an absolutely amazing job at high jump so far. And then our throwers, Adam Chicola, Tyler Monahan, and then Eric Kinnebrew are just absolutely killing it out there. Eric, actually, this was his first meet, and he did a great job for his first time out there. But our throws have just been incredible for us, really, since I've been a freshman.
The team won conference last season, so is there kind of any pressure on you guys to repeat? Do you kind of put the pressure on yourselves to do that?
Well, I really don't like the term repeating. I don't like hearing we're defending champions. I like training as if we'd finished in second place by a point. With repeating, I view it as, and I even talked with the sprints team about this, that this team this year hasn't won anything. It's not the same team. It's a different team. We're the 2013 track team. We're not trying to repeat. We're trying to win the 2013 conference championship. So obviously, there's going to be a little bit of pressure because, we won it last year, but we have to work with what we have this year. And so every other team wants to win it, and so do we. And they have a fair shot at it, and so do we.
How tight-knit of a group is the track team kind of, when they're not together at practice and stuff? Because I always see, going in for lunch, the track team's always all together to take up like all the tables in the middle of the Cross Center. It seems like you guys are always together, and you guys are such a kind of a big family. Yeah,
that's the exact atmosphere that we have. We spend a lot of time together. Meet days especially, we're there for anywhere from 6 to 8 hours. It's a whole day event, so we spend a lot of time around each other. For the most part, we practice together, so it's just kind of spend a lot of time together, so we're going to be close.
Do you have any kind of sort of pregame rituals you would do before a meet?
I have a lot. Usually before I run, I have a very particular order about what I do. Like for me, I'll warm up exactly about an hour before I run.
Gotta be exactly an hour?
Typically exactly an hour, yes. And then, when I'm putting on my spikes, I'll I'm very, very careful about which foot I put it on first. I always go right foot, left foot, and then tie my right shoe, tie my left shoe. And then, of course, you have the pre-block routine that never changes. So.
That's really interesting. I think that's, I've asked that to a couple athletes. I think that's the most particular one so far. So I guess feel yourself accomplished. Is there an athlete you have that you look up to more than anyone, kind of a role model?
From a track and field standpoint, Jeremy Werner is by far my favorite track and field athlete. He was really the first 400 runner that I've ever seen on TV race, and from that point, and he just has so many cool things about him. He's just this he's not very tall. He's stick skinny, and he wears sunglasses all the time when he runs. So he's running indoors and he's wearing sunglasses. And I just thought that was the coolest thing
You ever
ever.
think you want to start doing that? Or?
I don't think Coach K would let that happen.
And what's your major, and what are your plans to do with it after you leave Benedictine?
I'm an elementary education major with an emphasis in mathematics. So once I'm out of Benedictine, I'm hoping to get a job teaching in the elementary schools.
Good. Well, nice. Good to hear. Nice to have Ron Miller with us today. I'm Luke Stanzik for Student Athlete Spotlight here on BenuEagles.com.